So today I want to talk about what I feel like I want to talk about today is I want to talk about personal growth. And I have kind of been, now that I can look back on my life, because I'm 50 years old. So now that I can look back on my life, I realize I have been pretty obsessed with personal growth my entire life. And when I say obsessed with personal growth, I don't mean any kind of striving, right? So, and it's also not anything like I've never ever, um, I've never been trying to reach enlightenment. It's never been about any kind of like a Zen, I have achieved some kind of nirvana, I have ascended or anything like that. And a lot of the reason why I do not and I have not pursued those kind of ideals, I'm not making any statement about whether or not those are good things to pursue. If you're into that, awesome. Not saying that, but what I'm saying is the reason why I have not ever tried to pursue some kind of ideal is because I was raised in a religious cult. And my parents joined this cult when I was 8 years old, and I left when I was about 22, 23. So my whole experience in my formative years was of striving, and it was of trying to reach this insane ideal. So it was a cult. It was like a basic cult, right? So, I mean, there were a lot of interesting things about it, and you can read about that in my book if you want to, which I hope you do. Anyway, but the thing is, so my whole formative years were spent trying to um, reject myself and reject who I was and find fault with myself and shove myself into a mold and strive and strive and strive and strive. So I left that and I was like, oh, not going to do that anymore. But interestingly enough, I still was incredibly driven towards personal growth. And in fact, I would say ever since I left the cult, so that would be almost 30 years ago. So for the last 3 decades in my life, I have been very motivated, even more motivated towards personal growth, as a way of undoing everything that I experienced in the cult, as a way of healing it, and as a way of trying to work through all of that because there was so much dysfunctionality in that organization and in all the experiences that I had there. So my personal growth, like I said, has not been motivated by trying to reach enlightenment or really even be a better person. Actually, the majority, all of my personal growth has been motivated by two things. I don't want to be in pain anymore, and I'm really, really tired of doing things that don't work. So that's what my whole experience was in the cult. A lot of pain, a lot of abuse I suffered. There was a lot of physical abuse, there was emotional abuse, and there was religious abuse. And then I ended up in a 20-year marriage that was very abusive as well. So I've had a lot of pain in my life, and I've had a lot of things in my life that I've had a lot of experiences of trying to do something that doesn't work. All of the rules that I was given in the cult, tried them, they didn't work. Interestingly enough, in my marriage, I ended up unknowingly, unsuspectingly, unbeknownst to me, I ended up married to a closeted gay man. Talk about something that doesn't work because I'm a girl and he wasn't attracted to girls. So I spent another 2 decades of my life trying to make something work that didn't work. And so, my personal growth has been always motivated by that. I've often said about myself, I am not someone who walks very far down the road with a pebble in my shoe. If I end up with it, if I have something in my life that isn't working and is causing me pain, I'm gonna stop and try to do something about it. But the thing is, and this is what I wanted to share with you guys today, my personal growth has been the most inglorious journey ever. If y'all could watch a movie of my life, it would look like an entire battle scene. The whole movie would be an entire battle scene, and I would be bloody and gory and slinging and not knowing what the fuck I was doing as I am trying to get myself out of pain and stop doing things that don't work and figure out what does work for me. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because I feel like if you're someone who is is motivated by personal growth and you really want to make changes in your life so that you have a better experience of your life, so often we can look at someone else, and I have looked to really amazing teachers in my life. I'm a Martha Beck trained life coach, and so Dr. Martha Beck is a huge, huge inspiration to me. She's one of my teachers. I've looked to Deepak Chopra, Wayne Dyer. I mean, I've had a lot of the great teachers that I've looked to and read their experiences and listened to the things that they have to say. And I think it's really easy to look at someone else who on the outside is very clear they have definitely accomplished a huge monumental amount of personal growth, right? And it's really easy to look at them and think and to fool yourself to think that that may have been easy to them or that it came easily to them. And so not that I put myself in the rank with the great teachers, but I wanted to be someone who, I wrote my book, which was my life stories, and the subtitle is Insights from a Woman Who Never Should Have Made It But Did. And I shared all of that, and I would never want, in my book you can see how inglorious my personal growth struggle is. But as I work with my life coach clients, and I'm a public speaker as well, sometimes I can see and I can kind of sense that people are getting that false impression about me. That for some reason I possessed or I somehow found some magic personal growth pill and I took it and boom, there I was, and I am really on top of things and all the rest of that. And so anyway, so the thing is, I want to tell you guys that one of the analogies or the examples that I give about my own personal growth, I don't know if you've seen the movie that's called The Proposal with Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds was in that. So there's a scene in there where Sandra Bullock is, she's really upset about something. And Ryan Reynolds is sitting in a boat. And she jumps into the boat, and because she's so upset and she's all worked up, she throws, I don't drive boats, so I have no idea, so the throttle or whatever, she basically puts it in gear, puts it in drive, and starts driving like a crazy woman across the ocean of Alaska. And the boat is doing it, she doesn't know how to drive it, right? So Ryan Reynolds jumps in, he grabs the wheel, she sits in the back of the boat, and he's all worked up because of this craziness that's going on, and he ends up swerving hard and dumps her out of the boat. Well, she can't swim. She ends up landing about 5 feet from the buoy. But she's so terrified, and she's thrashing around like it's just the messiest, most inglorious thing. She's thrashing around, and she's sure she's going to die. And he realizes that that she got dumped out of the boat, so he turns the boat around, he's speeding back towards her, and he's yelling to her, he's like, the buoy is right there. Go swim to the buoy. And she finally flails around enough to get to the buoy, and she's holding on, and he pulls alongside with the boat, and he's like, give me your hand. And then she won't let go of the buoy, and she makes it into the boat. But I have often thought, as I've watched that movie, because I've seen it quite a few times, I've often thought, what, that's my personal growth. I am Sandra Bullock thrashing around, the buoy is right there, I am sure I'm going to die, and it is the most inglorious thing on the planet. So anyway, I just thought I would share that with you guys, and I would love to hear your thoughts about your personal growth. So if you want to put them in the comments down below, if you want to share this video, and the thing I want to leave you with is, it is about the trying that's the most important. It is about climbing up the mountain. It is about giving it the effort. And you guys, there are so many people in the world who have no interest in personal growth whatsoever. And they will spend their entire lives jamming a square peg into a round hole. It's not working, and it's causing them pain. And they don't ever even try. They don't think about it. They don't give it any effort whatsoever. So if you're someone who really battles as you are going through your journey of personal growth, you're someone who has an inglorious journey the way that I did, and you really feel like, oh my God, I don't know if this is ever going to work, and you're feeling like, you're in the middle of the battlefield and you're covered in blood and your gashes and your mud and all the rest of it, and you're thrashing around there, give yourself kudos just for trying, right? So pat yourself on the back and be incredibly proud of yourself. Martin Luther King said, you don't have to see the whole staircase just to take the first step. And y'all, so many people don't even take the first step. They look and they go, I can't see the whole staircase. I'm just going to sit here on the ground. If you've taken that first step and the fact that you can't see the rest of the staircase completely terrifies you, and it makes your legs shake, and you trip and you fall, and you may even go back down a few steps, you are on the staircase. So give yourself kudos for that. Give yourself a huge pat on the back. Be very proud of yourself. If you are trying to do something that works, if you're trying to walk away from something that doesn't work, and you're trying to figure out what does work for yourself, and if you are trying to make your life less painful in a productive, healthy way, even if it is messy, then be proud of yourself. Be really, really proud of yourself, because I'm really proud of you. Anyway, I hope you guys, have enjoyed my thoughts. I would love for you to share this video. The human experience it's a collaborative experience, so let's collaborate. And I would love to hear your comments in the comments below. So I will talk to you later. Love you. Bye.